We've got episode 2 of the Philly 4 for 4 podcast. It's going to be a short one today. I want to talk Flyers and I want to talk Phillies. Keep it simple. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the Phillies because I was preparing to make this. Once again, I'm taking my notes. I'm writing down. I'm like, okay, what am I going to talk about? Write down talking points for the Flyers. And then the Phillies making a trade. They trade Matt Straham. And just the other day, during my podcast, I did say I would like them to trade Straham. Now, they traded him for a righty from the Royals, Jonathan Bolin. It's a 1-for-1 deal. I'm assuming, no confirmation yet, but I am assuming they're going to trade that full $7.5 million salary over to the Royals. In return, they get Jonathan Bolin. He is a 6'6" right-handed pitcher. He's 6'6", 240, 29 years old. And the contract is 1 year, $820,000. So seems like a good salary dump, but I know a lot of people won't care about the $7.5 million. And after all, the other day I said the Adolis Garcia contract being 1 year, 10 is cheap and cuttable. This is a good move, though. You're saving that money because you know you're going to have to eat a lot of the Castellanos contract. You know that you're still paying a lot of guys. Middleton is rich, but he does need to save some money. I think that they should be in the market for Bichette as a second baseman. And again, $7.5 million, that's a good amount of money. That's a lot of money right there. So, again, everything counts toward the offseason. Now, this trade could be useless if Dave doesn't use the money. But again, it could really help as well. So, let's talk about Jonathan Bolin, though. Jonathan Bolin, after 44 and a third innings pitched last year, he had a 3.86 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP. The stuff, he has a 14 fastball. He throws 33% of the time at 95 miles an hour, 96 miles an hour average last year. Slider, he throws 31% of the time at an 86 mile per hour average. Sinker, he throws 17% of the time at a 96 mile per hour average, a little bit faster than his fastball. A curveball 10% of the time at 81 on the dot, and a changeup at 8% of the time, and that's at 88.4. So it looks like a good move. I did watch a little bit of highlights on him and just wanted to see what he was like. It looks like a solid move. You don't need to pay Straham $7.5 million. You don't need Straham. Strahm's definitely receding. He's getting worse. Last year was his worst year with the Phillies. He was not good last year in a lot of spots. He was shaky. There was times where he was good and times where he was bad. You can't afford that. You need to strengthen that up. They get Brad Keller, and it just opens the door for Straham. So to get rid of him, I think it's a good move. Like I said, he's getting older. And you could really tell last year that the command was off, the velocity was down a bit. You could really tell. The players were hitting it better. Now it sucks that he allowed that big home run against Teoscar Hernandez, but he was tipping his pitches. And I wanted to talk a little bit of Phillies before the Jonathan Bolin trade. I wanted to talk about how the offseason's going. Obviously, the Brad Keller signing I love. A couple days later, I still do like this move for the Phillies. I think it's a good move for him. But we'll see. I know Murakami, his deadline is Monday, so he's got to start making up his mind. And we'll see. Team USA is another thing I wanted to talk about. I know it's not Philly sports, but I just got to talk about it. Super team for the WBC, and it's exciting because I'm going to watch it. You're going to have the two best pitchers on the entire planet in the same rotation for Team USA, so it's exciting to see. There was like 4 or 5 pitchers that committed yesterday. I was like, what the heck? I'm working. I'm like, oh my God. Guys, you can't have that many starters. Logan Webb, Joe Ryan, there's a lot of good moves. It looks good, and I'm excited to watch that along with the Hockey Olympics. So, speaking of hockey, we're going to get right into it. So, as I said, probably a shorter podcast today. I would assume probably another 10 minutes, if that. I just wanted to talk a little bit of Phillies. Obviously, the offseason we're starting to make progress. That's another move. What is that, 3 days in a row? Or whatever. It's good moves from the Phillies. I'm enjoying this. Dave's been active. You'll get him. I got to give him credit there. But again, let's talk Flyers. So yesterday the Flyers lose to the Sabres 5-3. And I'm disgusted. Sabres are not a good team. they haven't been good year after year. And I know you're going to lose games. It happens. There's 82 games in a season. It happens all the time. You're going to lose bad games. It felt like a winnable game. I thought Sam Harrison played okay at best. Again, Harrison, I don't like it. I've never liked Sam Harrison, really. And he really has not played well this season. There's a couple games where he has played well, and honestly, the past 2-3 that I thought he was playing better and he was playing well. I was like, maybe he's going to start to wake it up, but it's just, he's got to be better. I mean, not just on this shot, that third goal was bad. You got to save that, dude. But it's also coming up to make clutch saves, which he really doesn't do much. If you want to be a good goaltender in the NHL, you're going to have to make clutch saves every once in a while. Saves that aren't easy to make. You got to make those tough saves, because not only is it huge to keep the puck out of the net, but it's huge to get the momentum. When you make a big save, you think the bench is pumped up? Of course they are. They're pumped. Yes, what a save. Let's go out there and let's get him one. Right? It is what it is. Zegras played another really good game yesterday as well. I was absolutely in love with the game that he played. Trevor Zegras, just exciting stuff. He's played so well with the Flyers. Let's talk Rick Tocchet. Once again, I thought, okay. Again, the Michkov minutes thing. Just the overall lines I'm not a fan of. But you got to keep working. I really love when Zegras and Michkov are together. I think they create a lot of opportunities. Throw them on the line with Dvorak like you did in the beginning of the year. I think that'd be huge. Giving Michkov those minutes with Zegras, I think that he's going to make mistakes. He's in year 2. He's young. He's 21. He's going to make mistakes. It happens. But you got to give him time. He's such a great talent. He's one of the best Flyers, I think, talent-wise, we've seen in a while. Limiting his minutes is not helping him. I think extending his minutes will help him. And I don't like the line with Cates and Brink. I just don't like that Brink and Michkov connection. I think Brink is a good player. I think he'll be a really good third liner in his career. But that's the problem. A really good third liner. Michkov is not a third liner. Michkov is a first liner, a second liner. They got to be better with him. I know he's going to make mistakes. It happens. He's 21. Stop worrying about it. Let him adjust. Let him learn. Let him learn from his mistakes. That's how he can become great. Let him play. Let him play with the top talent. Let him play with Konecny. Let him play with Zegras. Stop putting him on a line with... He finally took him off a line with Couturier. I'm tired of Sean Couturier. Couturier is such a terrible player. $7.75 million. And he's disgustingly bad. He calls out Michkov earlier in the year, and he's so bad. His defense is disgustingly bad. And if he's not good at defense, what is he good at? Face-offs? That's it. Because he can't score. He's not a creative player at all. I've had it with Sean Couturier. I do not like Sean Couturier at all. Couturier is such a terrible player. And again, I'm tired of putting him on the line with Michkov. We need to acquire a fourth center and move Couturier all the way down to that fourth line. Because that's what he is. He's a fourth line center. He should be getting 10 minutes a game because he's just so bad. He's just not good. He's not even a good leader, I don't think, in the clubhouse, at least not what I've seen. I think Konecny should be the captain of this team. That's a leader right there. You always see him talking to everybody. He gets along with everybody on the team. He steps up for them. He fights for them. We've seen it before. He's physical. I love that about Konecny. Now, I know Konecny has his fair share of mistakes this year. Talk about that Hurricanes game. Bad. Not Hurricanes. Sorry. Golden Knights. Bad. He's had his fair share of mistakes, but he's a better player. He's willing to learn from those mistakes. On top of that, he's also way better than Couturier. With that being said, let's talk about Matvei Michkov. I thought he played really well yesterday. I did. I thought there was a couple times where he did turn the puck over, but like I said, he's going to learn from those. Let him learn. I thought he played really well. There's a lot of opportunities he had, and that he created. And that's what I love about him. His creativity is out of this world, which is why I would love to see him on the line with Zegers. Two players with amazing creativity. It's not even funny. They're so creative. They're so good. They'll find each other anywhere. Great vision. And again, great hockey IQ. They're going to make mistakes, but they're going to learn from it. Zegers really hasn't made too many mistakes this year. He's just playing out of this world. They better start working on an extension because, holy, he's playing out of this world. And Matvey, like I said, he's got to play with better line mates. Stop using him as a third liner because he's not a third liner. He's a second, first liner. I don't even want to say second liner. I'm being generous. I'm saying he should be getting minutes. He's not a third liner. I saw a potential 2-on-1 yesterday between Delorier, Abels, and Hathaway. Abels goes down. Delorier can't handle the puck and then ends up losing it into the corner. Hathaway was backdoor. I bet you if Delorier ended up actually being able to hold it and pass it, Hathaway probably would have swung and missed. Or just shot it right at the chest. The fourth line is disgustingly bad. Oh, it's bad. Grunstrom came up. He started making it much better. But now that he's moved up on a different line, the fourth line is right back to being where it is. And I understand. Grabenkin's a rookie. He's not a top prospect. He's going to get scratched. It happens. He's going to get scratched every once in a while. But why is he being scratched this much? Because he's so much better than Delorier. And he's way, way better than Hathaway. I think the next time they think about scratching somebody, it shouldn't even be Delorier. I think it should be Hathaway. Hathaway's been that bad this year. It's time to start thinking about scratching him next. He has 0 points. 0. It's incredible. That's bad. Not a good incredible, a bad incredible. I mean, I don't know how you do that. That's insanely bad. But that entire fourth line is just... They have, between Delorier, Abels, and Hathaway, they have 2 points. Ugh, it's bad. Igor Zamula. That's my next topic. So, again, yesterday I'm working. I'm like, okay, I get the notification on my phone. Igor Zamula has been waived. I used to pray for times like this, man. You kidding me? Such a terrible defenseman. He's gone, thank God. I don't know if he'll be picked up. I doubt it. He's a terrible defenseman. I don't know who would want him. But I am so happy. I am so happy. He is just so bad. He's so bad. There was a couple nice plays he had this year. I was at the Kraken game earlier in the year, and he had this really, really nice assist, but there's really nothing there. He's not a talented player. He's not a shutdown defenseman. He's just a guy, and he's not a good one, so. And this leaves it, I guess, I mean, if it already wasn't secured, I'm telling you right now, Andre's probably staying out the rest of the year. Emil Andre's played such a good game. He had an assist yesterday. He's such a good defenseman. I do like Andre. He's really growing on me every single game. I need him to change his number. Give him 3. Give him 5. Give him something good. You know what I mean? Give him a good number. And perfect. He'll be perfect. Because I actually think he's been really, really good. And underrated for the Flyers this year. I thought Alex Lyon played good yesterday. Former Flyer. Long-time Phantom. Years back. He played good against the Flyers yesterday. He made a lot of clutch saves. If I'm the Flyers, though, and I know they probably won't because they're going to wait closer to the trade deadline, you got to start thinking about Ersson, right? You have to. Ersson's been bad this year. He has not been good. He can't make a clutch save for his life. I think he's an AHL goaltender, and every single time you play him, teams are going to lose interest. I thought yesterday when I got the notification on my phone, he was starting, I was like, okay, that's fine. It's Buffalo. And what happens, right? 4 goals on him. Ugh. I mean, that's bad, dude. You gotta be better. He's gotta be better. You look at Carson Bjarnason. I was watching Carson Bjarnason highlights this morning. Bjarnason's... He looks good to me. I'll tell you that much. I do like Carson Bjarnason. I heard Kolosov's not doing too hot over his past, couple of games. But Bjarnason looks good to me. I do like Bjarnason. I hope that I really do hope he ends up on the team this year. Now, we're not going to go into panic mode because the Flyers are still a playoff team. They're still a very good team. They've played so well this year. And that's without Forster. Forster, who's having a great year. You lose him. He's out for the year. Who knows if he's able to come back to the playoffs. To be able to come out and keep playing good. Winning games. That's what you want to see. That's good stuff. That's great stuff. And it is exciting. Because like I said, this team, I've seen a lot of opinions all over Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, saying, well, the Flyers aren't going to make the playoffs this year. They'll be in the running for Gavin McKenna. Well, the Flyers won't be in the playoffs. Well, he's not going to play. He's not good. I see a lot of good players on this team. I do. I think that there's a lot of underrated players. I saw Forster as an underrated player. People don't want to talk about Forster. Nobody ever did. I always liked Forster. He was a breakout candidate. Michkov, breakout candidate. Zegras, breakout candidate. Cates, breakout candidate. I think there's a lot of good talent on this team that is developing. And it's developing faster and better than people think that they are going to be. You look at a guy like Bobby Brink, who's played really, really well this year. Dvorak even. Dvorak is a 29-year-old center who they paid a lot of money to come over here, or a good amount for him. Everybody ranked it among the worst free agent signings, and he's been good for us. You might be able to trade him for something at the deadline, if need be. The defense has played good. York, Drysdale's had a very good year. Andre, even Andre, they give him a shot early in the year, they send him down. Then they call him back up, and he hasn't gone back down, and he's been great. He's taken advantage of it. He takes smart shots. He really, really sees the baseball. Makes a lot of smart passes. Email's become a good defenseman. I think that his spot on this team is secured. I do. He's played really, really well. You look at the Vladar signing. Vladar has been very, very good for us. Vladar's played and kept us in a lot of big games. He's played out of his mind at times. He's played so well. We are better than people think. One or two moves makes this team better. You want to look at moves. Alex Bump is sitting with Lehigh Valley, the Phantoms. He's played well this year. You could fix a lot by calling him up. If you call up Alex Bump, you move Grabenkin back to the fourth line. And I've said it before, I like Grabenkin. But right now, he hasn't shown that he can be higher. Now, again, I'm sure more minutes would help with Grabenkin, but I do like Bump. Call up Bump, you move Grabenkin to that fourth line. I think that's instant production. Your fourth line would be Abels, Bump, and... No, Abels, Grabenkin, and whoever else. Delorier. So kind of similar to earlier in the year. But it's better because Grabenkin's on it. You move Bump up into that top six, and I think Bump thrives. I think you need to trade Tippett at the deadline, too. You can include Tippett in a package for, like, a Tage Thompson, who, if you think about a Tage Thompson trade, people talk about it all over Twitter. Now that Quinn Hughes is off the table, who do you go after? Tage Thompson? That's my favorite, personally. You take a look at last year's draft when the Flyers kind of stocked up on these bigger guys because they know they're a small team right now. They know it. They're not big. They're not big at all. They don't have too many big guys. Tage Thompson fits this rebuild perfectly. He's a younger center. He's 6'7". He's huge. Huge. So he fits that. He's a center, which is a position of need, and he's a big dude. That's perfect. That's exactly what the Flyers are looking for. And that's not it. He's a great power play center. He thrives on the power play, which is huge. I just saw the Flyers, and I haven't said this yet. They had a 6-on-4 to end that game. They didn't put the puck in the net. And there wasn't a lot of really good chances. There was one or two. That's it. They have to be better than that. They do. Thompson comes over. He instantly helps this team, and he fits the team perfectly. That's what I think. That's why I think he is the perfect acquisition. If I was Danny, I would look at this and say, Tage Thompson, this guy is it. This is the perfect move. Perfect move. He fits the team so perfectly, it's not even funny. It would be such a good move. Honestly. Incredibles. We'll see. It's exciting, though. I am excited to watch the Flyers the rest of the season because I do think they're going to be good. I do. Let's get into some news. Last night, Michael King signed with the Padres. It was a 3-year, $75 million contract, a big move. Not a move I was expecting around the MLB, but it happened. The Seahawks upset the Rams yesterday. I did not see that coming because I didn't think the Seahawks were like a real contender. I thought they were just going to be like a fraud. Honestly. Eagles play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So that is a pretty big game. The Sixers play tonight against the Knicks, the defending Cup champions. Oh, that's scary. Flyers play tomorrow at 12:30, early one tomorrow. So it's exciting. Philadelphia Phillies offseason continues. We'll see what Dombrowski does. He's made a lot of, I think, solid moves this offseason. But it's time to start thinking about like a Bo Bichette, who could play second base for this team and be a top 4 guy for them. Fix everything. So we'll see. Thank you for listening today, December 19th. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.